Hello my friends and welcome back to another HP Gaming GameLINK video. We have another Kickstarter unboxing for you today. Spring has sprung here in Melbourne finally and the weather is absolutely beautiful outside. It's a wonderful day and I could be out there running around and frolicking. Instead I'm in here doing an unboxing video for you instead of out there in the sunshine. But enough about that. Today we are going to be going inside. We're going to be exploring some dark and treacherous spaces and trying to dispel an evil curse as we take a look at the next one from Road to Infamy. We're talking about Don't Go In There. Welcome back my friends, wonderful to have you joining us once again. For those of you who don't know me by now, my name is Matt and I am sure we are destined to become the very best of friends. As I said in the tease today, we are having a look at the limited edition Kickstarter for Don't Go In There by Road to Infamy, a company behind things like Canvas and their new one Globetrotting, which looks spectacular as well. This one effectively is a push your luck style game where you are entering a haunted house and things go horribly wrong and you try and break the curse to try to escape. Most of Road to Infamy's games, I mean Canvas was a huge success. Their Reflections, or is it the expansion, was also a big success for them as well. And pretty much everything they've put out to date or are working on is just magic, just gold. So a lot of the products that they're going to be bringing forward over the next 12 to 14 to 16 months are going to be stuff you're going to see on this channel. You are very, very welcome. I did not expect this one to be arriving when it did. It sort of caught me by surprise, but that's okay because I like surprises. Plastic goes on the floor. Now this one is a wonderful, crazy little box. The box also becomes a bit of a dice tower, which is kind of cool as well. So let's have a look. Boop, there it is on the overhead. Don't go in there. It looks quite ominous. The artwork on the box is very much, I mean, you've got this creepy skeleton, you've got this axe in the side of the door. Blair had a look at the box and got a bit freaked out, which I kind of was excited about. You've got tentacles, creepy people in there, and then you've got here, you know, the details on the back as well. There's a cactus too, because why not? There is the top of the box. We're going to get into it and show you what it's all about. I like the number 13 as well with the black cat. That's kind of cool too. Now I believe this is part of the dice tower that flips open. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, so that's not what I don't know how to open this one. This is fantastic. Okay, so the lid here is obviously magnetic, slightly magnetic. You've got, I don't know if you can see it, I'll have to bring it down for you. You've got this wonderful little well garden tentacle coming out of there, tree trunk that looks like it's possessed, bones and all sorts. You've got, is that a little fold out ramp thing with play testers and things as well? I like that. And then on the inside, you've got the bits and pieces and components. So this is a limited edition of the game. I'm just going to grab as much of this out as I can and hopefully we'll work out where everything is and where it all goes. There is so much going on here. I dig it. I love it. It's fantastic. Does that come out? The tray comes out? Yes, it does. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that up like this. I'm going to pop that to the side, and I don't know if you can see it here, but that is effectively a dice tower that you can roll all your goodies in, which is very, very cool. I love that. So I'm just going to pop that to the side here. Then let's go through all the components. We have all sorts of goodies in here. We have some silica gel, which we can get rid of. We have some other bits and pieces, which I'll show you shortly. There is cards. There is more cards, curse cards. The tray itself actually sits inside there as a dice tray as well. So we're going to pop that back in. So I do like that the component tray, oops, why is that not sitting flush? That's interesting. The component tray doubles as a dice tower. So it actually has these little rivulets and things for the dice to roll down. That's awesome. I dig it. I dig it. So you've got it all set up, ready to go. I'll give you a demo of how that works. For those of you who've been watching the channel for a long time, you'll know that we do a bit of a setup of how it all looks when it's set up and ready to go. So stick around for that at the end, and I'll get some dice rolling action for you too. I love that dice tower. That's fantastic. The fact that the box, everything, literally everything in the box is utilized in the game is bloody fantastic. We have some player boards. We have other bits and pieces here. We have some extra cards, extra bits and pieces. My gosh, there's bookmarks and things as well, rules, tokens and things for days. Okay, let's see. We've got the rulebook is here, and it's got that same sort of facade as well. Back of the rulebook, rooms, explanations, that sort of stuff. I do dig the artwork. It's very, very handy, very cool. You got meeples set up, dice tower, the planchette, ghost tokens, cursed cards, how it all sort of works. Don't go in there. The objective, how to play, placing a meeple, trying to find the cure, 5 dice are rolled, cursed cards, etc. And then you've got the game end, which talks about victory points that you score, minus points if you have ghosts and other bits and pieces, cursed cards, etc. that you don't get rid of. These games are usually a lot of fun. I think this one is it's designed for 2 to 5 players and takes place in about 10 minutes per player. So 20-minute playtime, nice and easy. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. All right. Let's have a look and see what we've got here. We have some cards. We've got these player boards here. Let's see. We've got I think these are room boards. So you've got first choice, second, third, fourth. I think you only have 4 there per player, or 4 boards there. Different symbologies and things as well. The attic. And then on the reverse, I think, is the hallway. So they're double-sided, which is very, very cool. Which means it adds to replayability, which I kind of dig as well. And on the attic, you have a creepy nursery. Wow, Halloween is not far away. Spooktober is nearly upon us. So you can guarantee we're going to be playing this around the Halloween season. You have some punch-outs. So we have punch-out tokens, little ghost tokens there. I love that the ghost tokens have their all different expressions on them. They're just a standard chipboard, nothing too crazy. You got the planchette, which is obviously for the Ouija board. And that one I'll token that there. And little extra bits and pieces of tokens and things. It's nice. I like it. Again, chipboard is not massively thick, but it still looks fantastic. The ghosties, cursed tokens, I believe they're cursed tokens, things like that. And then all the little ghosty tokens as well. I like the little ghost tokens, the little chits are awesome. That's very, very cool. Then we have ghosts themselves. Now I think these is it double-sided? Yes. And then you've got ghost tokens here. Now these are, I think they're worth VP, depending on which ones you collect as the game goes on. They all look like they're worth 2, but I do like that they've all got their own independent style. This one looks like Boogie Woogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is very cool as well. Then we have the Ouija board itself. These are for the cursed cards, limited edition. Yes, no, so you put your planchette on the board here. Yes, no, and you spell out letters and things as well, which is very, very cool. And the different curse cards as well. So candles, if you have 5 or more types of face-up curse cards, you immediately dispel all your candles. So different cards will give you different abilities. We're going to put that here on yes, because we can, which I dig. And then you have these little crazy little Ouija board tokens with the player characters on them. Now, I think these are different conditions, obviously, for the game end. If you have the most ghosts, you get 1 point per 2 ghosts that you have. The players with the fewest curses wins. Ignore 1, dispel, flip the card face down. Curses on dispelled cards don't count. 1 flashlight, ignore 1 ghost symbol on the dice. Then you have some more here. So you've got the same sort of symbols, but these could be for different players. I'll have to have a look. Again, obviously, if I get anything wrong, it'll pop up on the screen with a correction. So these could be player... They're the same, I think. Yeah, so these could be player aids in different colors. So you sort of have them set up and they protect your secret information, which is very, very cool. I kind of dig that. That's very cool. yeah, I think they're just a nice little way of keeping everything together, which is very, very cool, very handy. All right, we've got some cards here because this is a card game at heart. And let's see what we've got here. Ooh. More plastic for the floor because that's how we roll. And then we've got here room cards. They all have the same back. That's kind of cool. All right, so we've got the candles that we talked about, 2 ghost symbols, 5 or more card types, dispel all your candles. Candles, candles. I love that. That's awesome. The hand in the top corner has 1 finger up, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers. I love that. That is bloody fantastic. It's such, they didn't have to do that. It could have just had a hand with a number, but I dig that they've gone with that. That's fantastic. Jack-o'-lanterns. The artwork is great. It's slightly cartoony, but slightly creepy. I dig it. If I go too fast, please pause the video. We are shooting high def. The Raven, 2 cards to swap a card, not Raven, with one of the removed cards from the board. Maybe that's some sort of initiative order or something with the numbers. Who knows? We'll have to see. 11 or more hands on skulls. Dispel all the skulls. Creepy ram skull. I dig it. And there's a shadow in the background of another deeper, crazier monster. Witch's Brews. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love the artwork. I love it. It looks fantastic. I'm digging it in absolute spades. I don't know. There's something about just being able to, I don't know, get a game out that can play in just a very short space of time, that you can set up. I mean, literally just out of the box. We're pretty much all set up here, ready to go. And it looks spectacular on the table. That dice tower is amazing. And the fact that it's all contained in the one box, that's pretty cool as well. More plastic for the floor. We've got the rest of the cards here coming out now. It's been interesting because a lot of Kickstarters, obviously delays, COVID, everything else, the world is starting to open back up or just move on regardless. So now we're getting an influx of Kickstarters coming in all at once. I have another delivery that's expecting to arrive today, which is going to be quite epic. I believe it's going to be a Zombicide box, which will be huge. So we'll see how we go from there. Now they all have the same back. So it's literally 1 deck of cards, which is quite cool. So these are more curses, amulets. Game end, dispel an amulet with 2 or more. So more amulet cards, and they've got little ghost symbols. We've got a cat, a creepy cat with a curly tail. Then we have a clock, and they all have different abilities. First to 8 or more on clocks dispels 2 clocks from their hand. So even though you acquire cards, you are trying to limit the amount of cards that you have by game end. I think the more curses you have, I think it's the person who has the least curses wins, I believe. Fewest curses, is that what it says on the player aid there? Yeah, fewest curses wins. So you want to try and get rid of these cards as much as possible. There's a creepy doll, because of course there is. It's a haunted house. That's just stock standard. Holy water. Discard half of your ghosts surrounded down. So ghosts might get you VPs or curses potentially. Masks. So you're going for the lowest score. It's basically a misère game. That's kind of cool. Mirror. Take a ghost, 3 cards to dispel 3 mirrors. My gosh, so many cards. A music, creepy music box. Most curses on music boxes gets to dispel. So there's a risk versus reward. The more curses you have, the more damage you can do later on by removing your own cards from the game. That's fantastic too. But obviously, if you're 1 shy, then you take all those points. Portrait, creepy portrait. Look at that, creepy portrait. That is terrifying. I love it. Very Wednesday Addams. A creepy ring. The ring that bites back. I love that. If you have 4 of them, you can dispel 4 rings. Or 4 of the same cards. Dispel all cards of 1 type, not tome. There's some Necronomicon vibes going on there, which is cool. An evil twin. Dispel 2 identical twins. Oh my gosh, so these are awesome. That's like an Amish sort of fella, and that's like the guy from Us. That's awesome. Creepy girl from the, that's obviously, what you call it, from the Overlook Hotel, Shining Star. We've got Ring here with a crazy eye, and more of the same. So if you have identicals, you can get rid of them, but if you don't have identicals, you're going to take those points. Nasty, nasty business. Now, a couple of small things we need to take care of here. We have a stack of meeples in a little Ziploc transparent opaque bag. These are going to be for you different players as you move through the house. Let me see if I can get these out of here. Oh my gosh, there is a lot of them. Whoop. Nearly lost one. More of this for the floor. Oh, that's awesome. So the planchette, there is a wooden token. So these are deluxified sort of components, which is fabulous. That's brilliant. I love that. That's great. And then you've got the different player counts. So these are different meeples for the different players. Obviously there's green, purple, white, orange, and or orange and yellow, I should say. Blair will want yellow because that is just how she rolls. They look great, little investigators. I love that. I'm getting little Ness vibes from Earthbound. Those of you that have played Super Nintendo games of yore. Then we have purple and white. They look great. They feel great. Very tactile. I'm a tactile gamer. I love it when I can hold components and things. It's cool. Speaking of components, there is one other component that we are missing. We have a dice tower, but we have not seen any dice, and that is where these babies come in. Whoa, the bag was open. Oh my gosh. Chaos. Maybe I'm cursed. So let's see, we've got, oh, the bag was split. Dang, that's no good. But it's okay because the dice are still intact. Now, these dice glow in the dark as well, which is fantastic. I don't know if I'll be able to get a shot of them glowing in the dark. Maybe we'll do a low light playthrough. We'll see how we go. But look at these things. Look at them, they're awesome. You've got creepy pumpkin side dice. I love how they're all sort of unique. They've got different faces on them as well. So when you roll them, if I push these guys to the side here, and we give them a bit of a shake and roll. Now, I believe having rolled 3 and 3 is, well, 50-50, but I believe that's bad. Having 3 faces is probably not so great, and it can affect curses and things as well. But the fact they glow in the dark is just awesome. I love that. We're going to pop them in the dice tower. Wow, that was even worse. If you can see it on the overhead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 faces is pretty bad. I think rolling faces is bad, rolling blanks is good in this game, and because it's a dice game, I will most likely lose. That is just how I roll, as it were. That is it. That is all the contents for Don't Go In There by Road to Infamy. We are going to set up a bit of a spooktacular setup to give you an idea of how it looks when it is on the table. So we're going to roll that footage. Brace yourselves, it could get spooky. Such a simple game, but what a table presence. The dice tower, the cards, the layout, very simple to play, easy to pick up and learn. Lower score wins, which is obviously quite a bit difficult, tricky. Risk versus reward. You need to get those cards in order to dispel the other cards, but getting them and being just one shy is going to cost you the game and potentially your life as you're trapped in a mansion. There is a lot of stuff in a very small box here. I'm very excited to get this to the table. I will let you know how we go. Have you backed Don't Go In There? Have you played this one yet? Let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are. And also, if you have any other feedback on Road to Infamy's upcoming projects, Globetrotting, other bits and pieces as well, we'd love to hear from you. It would be remiss of me, folks, not to thank our Patreon subscribers and you too for watching the channel and getting this far. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much for sharing the love. We'll be back with some more epic board gaming content though. Until then, get out there, see the sunshine, play more games, be kind to each other, always be kind to each other, and we'll see you back here for more fun very, very soon. Until then, it is bye for now.